After driving my new Toyota RAV4 Hybrid for almost 1 year, I have got to say it's not all perfect. Today I will give you the real pros and cons so you know exactly what to expect before you buy one. Let's start with some positive things like smart keyless entry. But note that this will be only available at the highest trim VXR, which is way more expensive than any other RAV4. And then another positive thing I like is the start stop. So this is good. Now this is the hybrid version, so you will not hear it how it works. The AC is very strong, so even here in the UAE where the temperatures go easily to 45 degrees, you can still keep even this eco mode, and I keep it on 24, so the AC is very strong. And this model VXR, it has also the cooling seats, so you can control for you and the passenger how strong you want the cooling of the seats to. Talking about the same features, this model has wireless charging, but I used it only 2 times because it's very bad. It will heat your phone a lot and it will not charge it that much, so I keep it off all the time. Another annoying thing is that here you have only this one, which I'm using for the camera, and only one USB here, which I'm using for the audio. So they could have added at least one more Type-C here, like to charge, and you have the Type-C only at the... So for example, I have this USB for Android, for wireless Android, because this car, it supports only the wired one through the USB. So to use the wireless one, I have this one, but at the same time I cannot use both the audio from USB and this thing. So it's really disappointing that they don't have at least a couple of more options here. Like they put 2 Type-C at the back, why they didn't put any at the front here? Again, for this top one, you have 3 modes here. So if you push to the Eco, it will go green. If you push to the Sport, it will go red. And for the normal, you just push here and it will go blue. For the EV mode, like I show you, sometimes it will work, sometimes not, and mostly even when you put it to work, it will go off exactly the same way like it goes even without this. So I found this button pretty useless. In terms of multimedia, it is really fun how poor it is, and by default you would get this wallpaper, which is bad because by default I should get this for the off, power and Bluetooth, but by default you get this, and only wallpaper you would have is some kind of blue beach and something like that. So I put like some of the more cool featured photos, and for this again it's coming through the USB, the same as for the audio. So if you want to have your own wallpapers here, you need to put on USB and then you will have it here. Other options are not even worth mentioning. So like I said, Android and iOS, like you need USB to connect. Phone, it's only useful, but again it goes through the Bluetooth. And the settings, it's very poor options, like it's nothing special. It's really disappointing for 2024 model that you don't have any of these options. It's really poor entertainment system. Up here you have another charge socket, so this one I'm using for the back screen, which I added for the kids, and this one is pretty spacious, but again it's not cooled like on some more better versions of Toyota. This thing is cooled, so this one is not like a small fridge, it's just like a storage space, but it is good enough. Plenty of options here, as you can see. It has memory seats, so if you have like for example 2 drivers, you can set up one position and the other one, so they can easily switch between one and another option. Up here it's a standard option, so it has 4 electronic windows and lock unlock, and here you can set up the mirrors, of course electronically, as well as you can fold them, but by default when you close the door they will not fold. It's only here you need to click, like for example if you are going through some narrow space you can click, they will fold, and then when you are going out of that tight space you can unfold them. But it will be useful for parking, you know, like some other cars has. Once you park it will close, but that is not happening with this car. Some negative things: this one has line assistant and it is always by default on. So the first thing I enter the car, I need to press this one and hold it for a couple of seconds until it is off, and this is another thing I'm always turning off in the middle of the day. I don't need it, so by default I wanted these things to be off, but like when I spoke with the dealership they said they cannot modify this, so I'm leaving it with it for almost 1 year. Let's go now do some ride and I will tell you more about the car. Another thing I like is the visibility. Of course, this is like a SUV, so while driving it you have a really good clearance, and you have these big mirror screens, so the visibility is really good from all sides of the car. Another thing which is bothering me is this: if you exceed 120, here 140 is the limit on the highway, this always will say. I asked them in official service to remove this, put it 140, but they said no, we don't do this here in the service. And when you press back, you can see this temporarily, and then immediately it will go back to its default speed exceeded, as you can see here. So usually the EV mode goes to around 40 if you are not pressing the gas strongly, but sometimes it will go off from the beginning, as you saw now. So it is a bit unpredictable, and the moment you remove your foot from the gas, it goes directly to EV in most of the cases, and the moment you bring it back, it goes back to the engine. So this often back and forth, I'm not sure how good is for the engine, but we trust Toyota engineers. It is a proven car for so many years, with so many mileage. Even on the taxi vehicles here in Dubai they are using it, and it's kind of bulletproof. So of course I didn't have any issues so far. And as you can see here, the average I got from this 12,000 kilometers is 6.1 liter per 100 kilometer, which is not bad at all, considering this is 2.5 petrol engine, and most of the drive was through the highways. So I must say, when I was driving it in the city only, it was giving around 5 liter per 100 kilometers. So yes, it is very fuel. As this is top version, it has adaptive cruise control, as you can see here, and you can put the distance, the range that you want it to maintain. I usually keep this smallest one, because if you put a longer one, the people will be just jumping in front of you, and then it will aggressively brake, which is not good. So even the smallest one, smallest, safest one, people are still jumping. You can see now this guy is very annoyed because I keep the distance, and now you see how aggressively it will brake to keep the distance again. So this is one thing which is very bad, because people from behind, they will not anticipate that hard braking. So that's a bit bad, but for the safety it's good. Anyhow, I don't care about the people at the back end. They should maintain their own distance. I want my distance at the front to be safe. Other than this aggressiveness, I really enjoy this feature. It makes your journey so smooth. Radar, you keep it at the maximum, and then it will maintain the distance by itself automatically. If you were wondering if the EV still works even on the higher speeds on the highway, it definitely helps. Driving it on a daily basis is good, except that it is very noisy. You can see even on the low RPM, you will hear it now when you accelerate. Even though you are not accelerating hard, it's very noisy. It is very stable, even though it is like kind of light SUV. In the turnings it is very stable, almost like a normal sedan car. You don't feel any wiggling around, so that's good. Where I'm a bit disappointed for the speed bumps, because it has a very good ground clearance. On the speed bumps you cannot go that speed, so it's not that good. For the speed bumps you need to reduce your speed a lot, almost like with sedan. Another advantage of this top model is that it has front parking sensors as well, and also it has the reverse camera. Another cool feature of this VXR is the panoramic roof, so it opens completely. You can see here, but only this small part is going, so it will not open the back part. One more feature that VXR has is this line assistant. So if you are crossing the lines, if you don't put indicator, it will think that you are not crossing it intentionally, so it will try to return your steering wheel. So once this is on, you always need. Now the battery is full, but as you can see it is not engaging EV mode anymore because fully charged. But what is strange is, like, once I stop fully, it will go to the EV mode, and if I want to include EV mode to use this battery, it is not working. It says unavailable. So how I'm supposed to finish this battery if it does not want to use it? You can see now it is not engaging EV mode even on the low speed. So sometimes it acts very weirdly. You cannot check when it will use EV, when not. But usually up to 40 kilometers it is using, and then it engages the power. It's also annoying, even if I put a little bit of gas, you see it disengage the EV mode. even though the battery is full. So sometimes it acts weirdly, and now you will see when I fully stop, like I want to park now, I fully stop, it goes to the EV mode. Now I put reverse, and I'm not even putting gas, I'm just going now reverse, it will disengage EV. Look at this now, look, I didn't even press the gas, so the gas was very low. It should park it on battery, especially when it is full, and you will see now again when I put into parking again it will stop. So very weird acting from this EV. I like the outside look of the car, especially from the front due to these modern LEDs, but I cannot say the same for the back of the car, which looks quite outdated. Here you can see acceleration, and I must say I'm not that impressed, as the engine is 2.5 liter with 219 horsepower, but as it does not have turbo, this is acceptable. Overall, the RAV4 Hybrid has been an awesome daily driver, fuel efficient, comfortable and reliable. But it's not perfect, and if you care about the latest tech, you may notice its weak spots. However, if you are looking for a smart, eco-friendly SUV that just works, the RAV4 Hybrid is hard to beat. If you find this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more honest car reviews, and let me know in the comments what's your favorite thing about the RAV4 Hybrid, or what is keeping you from getting one. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum, may peace be upon you.